Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk to you about something that is at the very core of every success story: perseverance. It's the quiet, invisible force that powers us through the toughest of times. We all face moments in life when things feel impossible. The path ahead looks unclear, and the weight of challenges can feel too much to bear. But it is in those moments when the going gets tough that perseverance reveals its true power. Here, perseverance is not about simply enduring, it's about transforming. It's the art of seeing beyond the current struggle, knowing that there's something greater waiting for you if you don't quit. It's about cultivating a mindset that tells you, even though this moment is difficult, I am capable of more, and here's the truth: every time you keep going, you are rewiring your mind, your habits, and your life. Think about it for a moment. We often give up too soon. We get frustrated, we doubt ourselves, and we walk away just when we are on the verge of breakthrough. It's the nature of the mind to resist change and seek comfort. But to truly grow, we must be willing to face discomfort and move through it with confidence. Imagine if you decided to stop in the middle of a journey just because the road became rocky. Would you ever reach your destination? Of course not. Success in any form is built upon the foundation of persistence. It's not the one who never faces hardship who wins, it's the one who continues despite the hardship. When we encounter resistance, we have two choices: we can allow it to stop us, or we can use it as fuel to propel us forward. Every challenge you face is a teacher, showing you a new lesson that prepares you for what's ahead. The obstacles you face today are the stepping stones for tomorrow's success. But you can only reach them if you keep going. The power of perseverance lies in your ability to stay present, to stay committed to the process, and to trust that progress is being made even when you cannot yet see the results. It's like planting a seed: you water it, you nurture it, but you don't see the fruits right away. Yet over time, you begin to notice the growth, and this is the key to persevering, trusting that growth is happening, even when it's not visible to the naked eye. So when life gets difficult, remember, perseverance is not a trait you are born with, it is something you cultivate within yourself. It's about taking small steps every day, even when the path ahead seems unclear. It's about leaning into the discomfort, knowing that you have the strength to overcome. It's about developing a deep belief that no matter how tough things get, you have the power to continue. You have within you the capacity to push forward, to break through the barriers that stand in your way. And the more you do this, the stronger you become. You don't need to see the entire path ahead to take the first step. All you need is the courage to take that step, even when the road seems uncertain. So, my friends, I urge you, never stop. Keep going, even when it's tough. Trust in your inner power to carry you through. You are stronger than you think, and the rewards that await you are greater than you can imagine. Perseverance is the key to transformation. It is not just about surviving through difficult times, but about using those times to fuel personal growth and change. Transformation requires you to push beyond your current limits, to go past the point where most people would give up. It's not the easiest path, but it is the most rewarding. When we persevere, we begin to break down old patterns, overcome self-doubt, and slowly rebuild ourselves into stronger, more resilient versions of who we were. Transformation isn't a sudden shift, but a gradual process that occurs when we refuse to stop, even when the journey feels too long or the end seems out of reach. When we commit to persevering through difficult circumstances, we are engaging in a deeper kind of work. We're challenging our perceptions of what we're capable of, often uncovering strengths we never knew existed. It is in the face of struggle that we discover our true potential. And the more we persevere, the more we tap into that potential. Every time we choose to keep going, despite setbacks, we make a declaration to ourselves that we are capable of creating the change we seek. perseverance teaches us patience, humility, and resilience. These qualities are the building blocks of transformation. They help us to see beyond temporary struggles and trust that our effort is shaping our future in ways we can't yet see. It's through the daily commitment to keep moving forward step by step that we gradually start to see results. Small actions compound over time, and before long, we realize that what once felt impossible has now become part of who we are. What's important to remember is that transformation does not require us to know exactly how we will get there. We don't have to have all the answers or be able to see the entire path ahead. Transformation simply requires us to stay in motion, to keep our focus on progress, not perfection. When we persevere, even through moments of uncertainty, we are signaling to ourselves that we trust in the process of becoming, even when we can't see the destination. In the end, perseverance is the force that enables transformation to unfold. It's the quiet strength that keeps us moving forward. And it is through this consistent, relentless forward motion that we ultimately unlock the power to change our lives in ways we never imagined. Facing discomfort is essential for growth because it is in those moments of unease that we are pushed to expand beyond what we already know and who we currently are. Growth does not happen in the comfort of familiarity where everything is predictable and safe. True growth happens when we step into the unknown, when we challenge ourselves to confront fear, doubt, and uncertainty. It's in those moments that we discover what we're truly capable of, because discomfort forces us to tap into new resources within ourselves that we would never have accessed otherwise. The reason discomfort is so powerful is because it breaks us out of our routines and patterns, forcing us to adapt, innovate, and evolve. It's easy to stay where we feel comfortable, but comfort can also breed stagnation. If we allow ourselves to avoid discomfort, we risk staying stuck, never progressing or reaching our full potential. On the other hand, when we choose to face discomfort head-on, we learn how to manage and transform it rather than be overwhelmed by it. This not only builds our resilience, but also enhances our ability to thrive in situations that might have once seemed overwhelming or impossible. Each time we face discomfort, we build the emotional and mental muscles required for bigger challenges ahead. It's a process of strengthening our capacity to endure, to remain focused, and to keep moving forward even when the path gets difficult. We learn that we are capable of more than we initially thought, and that the limitations we often place on ourselves are largely self-imposed. Discomfort strips away our illusions of control and certainty, but it also reveals the depth of our inner strength and our ability to adapt to whatever life throws our way. In fact, discomfort is a signal that we are on the verge of something new, bigger. It's the moment before breakthrough. It's the space where transformation occurs. If we back away from discomfort, we miss the opportunity to change, to grow, and to move to the next level. But when we embrace it, we enter a space where growth becomes inevitable. Each step forward, though uncomfortable, brings us closer to becoming the person we are meant to be, unlocking possibilities and expanding our world in ways we can't yet fully comprehend. Ultimately, facing discomfort is not just about surviving tough situations, but about seeking them out, welcoming them, and using them as stepping stones toward our personal evolution. It is a constant reminder that every challenge is an invitation for growth, and when we meet those challenges with courage and determination, we create the conditions for lasting transformation in our lives. Consistency over time yields results because success is rarely the result of a single moment or effort. It's the accumulation of small, intentional actions repeated consistently that lead to significant change. Too often, people expect immediate results or want quick rewards, but the truth is that real growth and achievement are born from the consistent application of effort, even when the results aren't immediately visible. When we focus on small daily actions and commit to showing up, no matter how insignificant they may seem at the time, we build momentum that eventually propels us toward our goals. This principle applies to every area of life. Whether it's building a career, improving your health, or learning a new skill, the process is the same: steady, Persistent effort compounds over time to create meaningful progress. The early stages are often the hardest because results are not as obvious and motivation can start to fade. But it's in those quiet moments when you're still showing up despite not seeing immediate payoffs that the magic happens. Those are the moments that shape the future. Each small action you take creates a ripple effect. Even when you don't feel like you're making a difference, you are. Each small, consistent effort builds on the previous one, creating a strong foundation for future success. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see instant results, but those who continue pushing forward, doing the work day after day, are the ones who eventually break through. It's not about being perfect or achieving everything at once, but about consistently putting in the effort, making incremental progress, and trusting that the results will come with time. Consistency teaches us patience, discipline, and resilience. It trains us to stay focused on the long-term vision, not just the immediate rewards. When we remain committed to our goals, even during the times when we don't feel motivated or when the path gets challenging, we build the mental and emotional strength required for success. It's this unwavering dedication that separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up too soon. The key is to understand that success is not a destination, but a journey, one that unfolds gradually as a result of your consistent effort. Over time, the small steps you take add up, and what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. When you stay the course, even when it feels slow or discouraging, you are laying the groundwork for something extraordinary. The results may not always be immediate, but as long as you stay consistent, the results will inevitably come, and they will be more substantial than you ever imagined. Resistance is fuel for progress because it is in the face of opposition that we find our true strength and potential. Life, by its very nature, is full of challenges and obstacles. When we encounter resistance, whether it comes from external circumstances or from within ourselves, it can feel like an invitation to stop or turn back. But what if, instead of seeing resistance as a barrier, we saw it as a catalyst for growth? The very resistance we face is often the force that pushes us to dig deeper, to challenge our assumptions, and to evolve into a more capable version of ourselves. When we encounter resistance, it forces us to confront our weaknesses, fears, and limitations. This confrontation can be uncomfortable, but it is also incredibly powerful. In those moments, we are given an opportunity to either break down or break through. The choice to break through, to persist despite the difficulty, sparks growth. Resistance forces us to find new ways of thinking, new methods of doing, and to adapt in ways we may not have thought possible before. Every time we overcome resistance, we strengthen ourselves, build resilience, and expand our capacity for greater challenges ahead. In many ways, resistance is the universe's way of testing our commitment to our goals. It's easy to be motivated and excited when everything is going smoothly, but true progress is made when we encounter obstacles and choose to keep moving forward. Resistance tests our dedication and pushes us beyond our comfort zones, forcing us to raise our standards and expectations for ourselves. The more we meet resistance with determination, the more it fuels our desire to succeed. Each challenge we face becomes a stepping stone, not an obstacle to our progress, but an integral part of the path we must walk to achieve our goals. Moreover, resistance teaches us the importance of persistence and patience. It can be tempting to think that the absence of resistance means we're on the right track, but that isn't always the case. Growth is not linear, and the road to success is rarely smooth. It's the bumps, the setbacks, and the struggles that shape our journey and make our achievements all the more meaningful. The energy and effort it takes to push through resistance compound over time, turning struggles into successes and setbacks into triumphs. What once seemed like an insurmountable challenge can, in hindsight, become the very experience that strengthens our resolve and propels us forward. Resistance also fosters innovation. When we encounter something we cannot overcome with our current tools or skills, it forces us to think differently, to develop new strategies, and to grow beyond what we thought was possible. It's easy to follow the path of least resistance, but it's only when we push against the grain that we discover untapped potential. In many cases, our greatest breakthroughs come not when everything is smooth, but when we are forced to fight for a solution, to look at the problem from a new angle, or to come up with an entirely new way of doing things. Ultimately, resistance is not something to fear or avoid, it is something to embrace. It's the challenge that fuels our growth, the struggle that fuels our success, and the adversity that fuels our transformation. Without it, we would never push ourselves to become better, stronger, or more capable. The obstacles we face are the very things that shape us into the people we need to be to achieve our dreams. So rather than seeing resistance as something to avoid, we must learn to see it as an essential part of the process. The more we embrace it, the more we will find that it is, indeed, the fuel for our progress. Trusting in the process is one of the most powerful and essential aspects of achieving any goal or vision. It means surrendering to the journey, embracing uncertainty, and understanding that success doesn't always come quickly or in the way you expect. Trusting in the process is about having faith that every step you take, even if it seems small or insignificant, is moving you closer to where you want to be. It requires patience, persistence, and a deep belief that the effort you put in today will eventually pay off, even if the results aren't immediately visible. In our fast-paced world, we often want instant gratification. We want results now, not later. But real and lasting success is rarely achieved overnight. The process of growth and achievement is gradual, and it's in the day-to-day commitment to our goals that real progress happens. Trusting in the process means accepting that the road to success is not a straight line. There will be ups and downs, periods of doubt, moments when things seem to be moving backward instead of forward. But in those moments, if you can trust that what you're doing is building towards something bigger, you'll have the strength to keep going. Trusting the process also means embracing the idea that setbacks and failures are a part of the journey. They are not signs of defeat, but rather opportunities for learning and refinement. Every failure is a lesson that moves you closer to your success. The process involves constant adjustment, fine-tuning, and the willingness to fail forward. Without trust in this natural cycle, it's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned or when success seems out of reach. However, every challenge you face adds to your knowledge, skills, and character, preparing you for the success that will come. In many ways, trusting in the process is an act of self-belief. It's the understanding that even when the path seems unclear, you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. Trusting the process requires you to let go of the need to control every outcome and instead focus on the effort and consistency you bring each day. When you trust that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your destination, you empower yourself to keep going even when the results are not immediately visible. This deep trust allows you to remain focused and positive, even in the face of uncertainty. Another important aspect of trusting the process is being present. Often we become so focused on the end result that we forget to appreciate the growth and development occurring in the moment. Trusting the process means being engaged in the present, recognizing that every action you take, every lesson learned, and every small achievement matters. The process itself is a part of the destination. You're building a foundation not just for success, but for the person you are becoming along the way. The truth is, the process is where the real magic happens. Success is not just about achieving a goal, it's about who you become while working toward it. Trusting in the process is about having the faith to continue even when things don't go according to plan. It's about trusting that the work you put in, the sacrifices you make, and the persistence you show are all part of a bigger picture that you may not fully understand yet. But if you keep trusting in that process, you'll eventually see how everything falls into place. When you trust the process, you allow yourself to move forward with confidence, knowing that your efforts are never wasted. Even when things feel uncertain or challenging, you understand that you are moving towards something greater. And this belief, this trust will carry you through the difficult times, pushing you forward and keeping you aligned with your goals, no matter how long it takes or how many obstacles arise along the way. Trusting the process is an act of patience, faith, and perseverance, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have in your journey toward success. In conclusion, perseverance, facing discomfort, consistency, resistance, and trust in the process are the building blocks of lasting success. It's not the easy path or the immediate reward that shapes us, but the challenges, the struggles, and the ongoing commitment to move forward even when the road gets tough. Every setback, every moment of doubt, every ounce of discomfort is part of the journey, pushing us to grow, adapt, and become the person we need to be to achieve our dreams. The key is not to give up, but to keep going, to stay consistent, and to trust that every step you take is moving you closer to your goal. Remember, progress is often invisible in the moment, but it is happening, and with each passing day, you are becoming stronger, more capable, and more aligned with the future you are creating. Keep going, trust the process, and know that your perseverance will ultimately lead you to the success you are destined to achieve.